Welcome to ACD Combatives, your combatives and control tactics channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Guys, Coach Kurt. So, if you're watching my Best Gun for Home Defense series, I started with the long gun, aka the rifle. I chose the AR-15 platform as my choice and what I recommended. You do you. I think I discussed caliber in there and how important it was to not over-penetrate the bad guy and or your walls. If you miss, heaven forbid, and you go through the wall and hit your neighbor. We covered the benefits of a rifle, the controllability, ease of shooting over other platforms. Part 2 was the shotgun. That was the last one I did. I talked about how because it's a long gun, you still have the advantage, some of the disadvantages of not having as many rounds. It's more, I said gross motor skills, but it's the fine motor skills is what I meant to say of reloading under stress, the shotgun versus the AR platform and the pistol platform. Again, this pistol is my personal pistol, completely safe. This is a 19X that I've modified. I cover it in another video. It is what I have next to the bed in case things go bump in the middle of the night, aka somebody kicks in the back door. This is what I have by my bedside. What I am wearing in this video, again, is my training belt. Now guys, I wanted to emphasize, because I've had questions, training belt shouldn't be carrying the same setup. The holster is identical to what I use as a duty holster, except this doesn't have a flashlight. Remember, this is a combatives, control tactics, martial arts channel, and when I say training belt, this is the belt I wear when I'm doing grappling, Krav style training, MMA style training for law enforcement. It's not my training belt for the range. If I was going to the range, I would just wear my duty belt that I wear on patrol to go to the range, and that's what I hang by the door when things go bump in the night, so I can throw it on really quick. I had mentioned that in my previous channel. So why would the pistol be a choice versus the AR, or in best case scenario you got both? You slap on the belt, like I said, you have it hanging next to the door. I told you put something together, you put the belt system on, and you've got your pistol. Maybe you don't own a long gun, and this is a training AK, so maybe you have time to throw that on as well. You know, I mentioned you don't go hunting for the bad guy. You let the bad guy come to you. This is home defense. This isn't combat. It's best case scenario, even though you know your home and they've broken into your home. I'm not suggesting you don't have a right to go find them and eliminate the threat to your family and yourself. But tactically, it makes more sense for them to come to you. But why would you choose the handgun versus the long gun? Like I kind of mentioned a little bit in the previous video, the shotgun video, I've got my pistol out, and maybe I have to grab a family member and like guide them, get them behind me to protect them, and you need more than one hand to do that. Maybe you have a child, maybe you're talking on the cell phone, and you're behind some cover, i.e. bulletproof cover, which is very hard to find in your house. Most walls and furniture are not bulletproof. Their cover is in concealment, and there's a difference between cover and concealment. Concealment hides you, but it doesn't necessarily stop bullets. Cover can stop bullets, but not necessarily hide you. And the best of both worlds would be something that hides you and stops bullets. This is terrific. But know that generally speaking, most things in your home, especially drywall, will not stop bullets. So maybe if you have a big old giant oak piece of furniture against a wall, and it's old school, you got it handed down to your from your family members going back generations, and it's a big old piece of oak furniture, that may stop rounds. A lot of times the back of that stuff is still plywood style. It may not stop a round coming in. Maybe not. Just be aware of those kind of things. But you're on your phone, you're aiming down the hallway, and you're calling 911, and now you're operating two things at once. Can you not do that with a long gun? This is a training AR. It doesn't have a sling, so remember what I said, one of the few things you absolutely should have in every long gun is a sling. So if I don't have a sling, and I'm operating a phone, I can still do it, especially with an AR platform. Most AR-5 platforms are 6, 7, 8 pounds tops, as long as you don't get overly crazy with your options. Remember, a sling and a flashlight. Iron sights are great, a red dot's even better. You can still operate a phone, but not as well. I told you, the best thing to have when you have a long gun is 1 point of contact, 2 point of contact, 3 point of contact in the shoulder, and the 4th point of contact is your cheek weld. And you are using the long gun like that. So you're using your entire upper body. That's not the case with the sidearm or the pistol. Now, shooting stance is extremely important when you are using a pistol. As you can see, I use thumbs forward method. I am choked as high up on the weapon as I can get it. Again, thumbs forward. I'm doing that strong undergrip. I'm pressing against the frame with both sides. I'm rolling the shoulders forward, locking them into place, and I'll see if I can get this on video. See what I'm flaring my elbows? You may or may not be able to recognize that on video, but I'm rolling them up and locking them in. I've got this turret type thing, so when the weapon recoils, you're controlling the recoil as best as you can and absorbing those rounds, so it's not snapping. So with a sidearm or a pistol, you got a phone, you got a pistol, you can aim down the hall, you can get other people behind you, you can pick up a baby. There's things you can do with a pistol that you can't do with a long gun necessarily. The best of both worlds is if you have time, you've got your pistol and a long gun that you've slung. And that way, if you have to throw it aside, you can, and you can take out your pistol. So it's the best of both worlds. Hopefully you have enough solid security in your home, good quality locks, alarm system. Maybe you have a dog that's going to bark and cause a lot of havoc. Slowing down the process. When somebody's breaking your home, the best you can hope for, if they truly want to be in there because they're on meth and they're not thinking straight, is to slow down the process so you have time to get on your battle belt, get out your weapon. If you only have a pistol, that's great. If you have a long gun, I prefer it. And you have time to maybe get the wife to dial 911, get your husband to dial 911, get one of the kids to dial 911. Identify the threat that's still coming your general direction. You're giving commands, you're telling them to get out of your house, you're doing all that kind of stuff. And again, with all your weapons should have flashlights on them, especially for home defense, for patrol, even a concealed carry. It's becoming very popular now. Some of my backup guns or off-duty guns have lights, some don't. A lot of it depends on how compact you're trying to get, but that's a different world, that's a different realm, that's a whole different need. Home defense, it doesn't matter how big and bulky the pistol is. It can be a full-size slide with a flashlight on it, and it's not a problem. Again, good shooting stance, good sights. I don't know if you can see the sight on this weapon. This is the XS big sights. I recommend that if you want to get a red dot for your pistol, that you train with it and you get a really quality one that's going to not fail you when you need it. And I also recommend that you have good suppressor height sights, so you can do almost a co-witness or that type of thing. If your sight doesn't work when you need it, that you have backup sights. So I wouldn't go with a red dot unless you have backup sights on any weapon, a long gun or a pistol. So I'm going to wrap it up. There's no reason for this one to be a long about the pistol being dragged out, because I covered a lot of this in the rifle and I covered a lot of this in the shotgun. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. Drop some comments. Everybody like, subscribe, and share.
Also, I can kill you with my brain.
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.